Hello, friends. Hello. So, I am just trying out something new here, and I'm trying out going on fairly early because I didn't get very much sleep last night. And so I figured I could use a little bit of guidance today. And so I was going to do some card pulls from my deck, the Witchcraft Therapy Oracle Intuitive Messages for Mental Health Magic. And I figured, why do it alone, right? Why not do it with you guys? So if anybody is here, feel free to say hello, pop that in the chat, and let me know if you are wanting a card for you today. So just a heads up, this is my deck. This actually came out, oh gosh, I feel like it came out not that long ago, but really when I think about it, I think it's been out for a bit. So this is my deck. It came out in May. It's called the Witchcraft Therapy Oracle. I am partial to this deck, obviously, because I wrote it. But because I wrote the deck that I wanted to see in the world. So I love me some Oracle decks. If you've been following this channel for a while or my work, then you will know that I really love intuitive reading. And as somebody who's a little bit neurospicy, I can get very stuck on traditional meanings, like like what happens with the tarot, right? So when I try and do like intuitive readings with tarot, I find that my brain gets very sticky on like the traditional meanings, which can really interfere with my intuition. So that's why I created this deck. Now, if you are wanting a card, make sure to pop it in the chat. Hello, Carla. Hello, April. So yeah, I just thought I would pop on here and pull some cards. Now, the thing about this deck that is really cool is that obviously I kind of come from a secular witch perspective, a chaos magic perspective. So all of my work is very psycho-spiritual in nature. So we're talking about the intersection of mindset and magic. And so this deck really came with actionable advice. So for each card, there is like a little bit of guidance, but then there's a suggested like activity, ritual, or practice. So just taking a look here. Now, again, I was up late last night. Like many people right now, I got a lot going on. And so I figured I would pull some cards this morning because, to be honest, sometimes mornings can be hard, especially if you've had a sleepless night, especially if you got a lot going on, especially if you are in tune with the collective energy, because there's a lot going on. And so sometimes it can be helpful for as part of your like morning ritual to try and like slow down, pause, and recalibrate. And I find that Oracle decks are really good for that because sometimes you can tap into what I believe is parts of your subconscious that are usually kind of drowned out by the rest of the chaos and the noise and all the bullshit. So just looking in the chat here, Carla is saying she will take a card. Good morning, Michelle. So I'm going to pull a card for you. It's so, is it weird that I'm so partial to this deck because it's my own? Ooh, but yeah, I don't know. Can I swear on here? You got the archetypes card. Now, anybody who is in my world knows that I absolutely fucking love archetypes. And that is why I created this card for this deck. Now, I don't do deity work. I do some spirit work, but I don't do deity work, but I work with archetypes quite frequently because if you're looking at magic and witchcraft from a psycho-spiritual perspective, I call this energetic cosplay, right? So when you have a situation where you feel like you might not have the energies that you need, when you maybe feel like you could use a little bit of a boost, working with archetypes is a really fantastic way of kind of calling that energy in when you feel like it might not be available for you. So if you look at the imagery on this card, it's like mirrored here. So I'm doing my best here. If you look at the imagery on this card, we've got this really cool looking like stag, there's the butterfly, which is like very symbolic of freedom. We have the cunning fox here. So one of my favorite archetypes obviously is the trickster archetype. And I have a freebie of trickster rituals if you're interested in that. But so you got this card. So this is basically your message that if there's any sort of if there's any sort of energy that you feel like you're lacking or that you feel like you could use a little bit more of, try and do some archetype work. Now, I do have a video. Oh gosh, it's from a long time ago and it's got potato quality, but we might redo it. But if you are interested in learning more about archetype work, I do have a video here on working with archetypes in your practice. One thing I really like to do is to choose an archetype of something that I'm trying to call in, put an image of that or something that represents that up on my altar, which is like my dresser, or right beside my bed at night, and really trying to take a moment to center yourself and lean into the power, the energy, the frequency that archetype carries. So Carla, if you are feeling that way, if that resonates for you, maybe think about a particular archetype that might be of value to you. So I'm going to actually just take a look in the guidebook, because I mean, I wrote the thing, but I don't have all of these memorized, for goodness sakes. And one of the funniest things about when you publish books, so I'm traditionally published. So when you publish books, you publish decks, anything like that, one of the funniest things is that, like, by the time it actually goes through the editing process and comes out, it's like a year later. it's so the whole process is so funny. Okay, so let's just take a look. Okay, archetypes. Energetic cosplay. Energetic cosplay. This card is telling you that the solutions you seek may be more accessible than you think. Archetypes are the core characters, situations, places, etc., that can be accessed through the human collective consciousness. The hero, the trickster, the guide. And I love that because this has the fox on it, and I'm actually looking. So in my membership program, we did an active imagination and collage practice, and I'm looking at mine right now, which actually has a fox head on it that has mushrooms growing out of it. So the guidance that comes with this card, the prescriptive guidance, if you're looking for that, is think of a specific situation you're facing and the kind of qualities and characteristics you would need to triumph over it. Would it be the nurturing energy of the mother, the fierce and honorable strength of the warrior? Would it be the joy and creative magic of the child? Whatever it may be, choose an archetypal character that embodies the qualities you're seeking to borrow to get you through it. Take some time to think about the expression and the energies of these qualities, and if necessary, consider using a specific fictitious character from a book or movie if you're struggling to envision this. I am so loose with archetypes, you guys, like literally. I am so loose with the archetypes. Like there's so many, you know, when we're watching movies, TV shows, reading books, there's these characters that really hook us and suck us in. And I'm like, sure, use that as an archetype, like whatever. So call upon the energies of this archetype or character aloud. So I love when you speak things aloud, because you know, you guys know I'm a psychology nerd. My degree is in psychology, and your brain processes differently when you think something. When you communicate it to speak it, it uses a different part of your brain, it activates a different part of your brain. And then when you say it aloud, you're actually engaging the part of your brain that hears it as well. Isn't that fucking crazy? Like the human brain is really, it's like, you know, it's kind of a bitch bag, but it's also truly incredible. So call upon the energies of this archetype or character aloud, asking to borrow and incorporate their nature for the task ahead. I love that one, you guys. Archetypes. So Carla, I hope that one resonated with you. So looking back, if anybody wants a card, feel free to pop it here, because I am just pulling cards here. And the way that I view it is that if you're on this live stream, I think it's for a reason, and I'll pull the card. And if you're watching this on replay, I also see that, and I don't know if this is the manifesting generator in me, but like I see that as if even if I pulled a card for someone else, if you are seeing it, you probably needed to hear it. And I don't know if that's because my strategy in human design is to respond, but I'll see things like conversations other people are having. I'll see readings for other people, and I'll be like, oh my God, that like triggers something in me. So that's kind of how I view it. So again, if you're just popping on now or you're watching on replay, this is my deck, the Witchcraft Therapy Oracle. Okay, so the next one is going to be Michelle. Michelle, if you are still here, I would love to pull a card for you. Okay. Oh, concrete shamanism. Guys, go check out that channel. It is so good. You like the deck. That's amazing. Okay, so they have my deck too. So like that just shows you how cool they are. Okay, so now, oh, you're using it tomorrow. Oh my God. Okay, we need to talk. What time? Because I want to watch. I want to tune in. Ooh, okay. So, Michelle, you got the forgive card. So here, this is the forgive card, and you can see there's the heart with the eye. You've got the little bunny there, and another heart there with a sword. Now I'm just gonna take a look. 48, seeing where the prescriptive guidance part of this one is. So let forgiveness be your medicine. So forgiveness is something that's really special for human beings. It's considered one of the highest virtues. And there's something about stories of forgiveness, especially in the face of like unimaginable pain or like betrayal or things like that, that really captures the human spirit and captures our imagination. And I think it's because we recognize this paradoxical nature. So if you're in my world, you know that I'm obsessed with all things paradoxical. I really do believe multiple things can be true at the same time. And I think one thing that our culture and, sociological climate and all of that really gets wrong is that it makes people take like a us versus them approach, or a like right versus wrong or true versus false. And I just don't think that things are ever that simple. Now, when it comes to forgiveness, and getting this card is basically a time to reflect on what has the role of forgiveness been in your life, right? Has this been medicinal for you? Is a lack of this something that is depleting you maybe in the background, right? Something that's kind of like draining your background battery. So the other thing that's really important to note is that when it comes to forgiveness, and this one, it took me entirely too long to learn, is that in forgiveness is actually it can be a solo endeavor. I think that when it comes to forgiveness, a lot of us kind of think that it's something that we want to hold off, because when people have harmed or betrayed us, it can feel like we're betraying ourselves to forgive them. And I can say this with personal experience, and something that I've learned along the way through trial and error, again, human design, I've won 3 line, is that you don't actually need the other person's participation. You can forgive other people. You can let go of the weight that you're carrying in your heart very easily. But they don't need to know about it. They don't need to know about you. Can forgive people and never fucking speak to them again, right? It's multiple things can be true at the same time. So forgiveness can simply be a tool for you to set yourself free by putting down the hurt and resentment that you may have been carrying for far too long. So, ooh, okay. I'm not sure if this resonates with you, but it can feel like a betrayal of the self sometimes. Like if we put that pain down, it's kind of like anxiety. We can sometimes feel like if we put it down, it's like we're exposed, we're vulnerable, when really sometimes putting it down really leaves our hands more available to do other things, right? Magical things, wonderful things. And, the other person or the things we're needing to forgive, even if it's ourselves, can just like fuck off into the sunset. You know what I mean? So perhaps the one you may need to forgive is you. Consider this your sign to bring the element of forgiveness into your world, because holding on to things too tightly may only be hurting yourself. So, oh wow, I've been getting that a lot lately. Yes. That's the beautiful thing about these things, is that we will get these messages all over the place if we have eyes to see them, ears to hear them. So I love that. I love that. Okay, now the prescriptive guidance for this card is: if there is something you need to forgive, write a letter about how those circumstances affected you. This can also be if you're forgiving yourself, and the lasting effect it had on your life. See, I think often we have to, I would just interrupting, concrete shamanism is saying I have to run. Yes, I'm definitely going to try and pop in tomorrow. So if there's something you need to forgive, write a letter, because we can sometimes hold on to it in our heads, right? And when things are spiraling up here and they're kind of like, when we have all the things, and you know how sometimes just a simple brain dump or just like speaking to a friend or just processing it in a way where we can get it out of here, out of our bodies and into kind of the ether, that is something that can be really helpful. In terms of forgiveness, it can actually be really cathartic to be able to do that. I know it seems kind of crazy. Like almost every time I go to like write in a journal or something, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just like writing in a journal. But it can be very helpful to get that out of your system. So explore the ways that it made you feel and the impact. We cannot bypass our emotions here, right? So get into detail, allowing this letter to be a cathartic release. You can choose to direct this letter to a specific person. However, it can be immensely healing to not even involve that person. So I'm a big fan of like writing the letters and then burning it or ripping it up or just like keeping it, whatever, tearing it up and using it for art. We've done practices like that in the collective before. So forgiveness gets to be a commitment between you and yourself. After your letter is complete, you could ritualistically burn it as a symbol of release and mix the ashes with rose petals as a way to symbolize like lovingly letting go. So I hope that resonated with you, Michelle. I love that card. Now, Katie, if Katie is still here, Katie is saying that she would love a card as well. So again, I need like, you gonna go on my teacup maybe? No. Katie was saying she would love a card. So Katie, if you are here, I got a card for you. And if you're watching this right now and this is all tracking for you, again, I'm not one of these people that's like, if you're here, you're meant to hear it. But I mean, you might be meant to hear it. Have you ever turned on the radio or something? What do you call that? There's a name for it. It's like, I don't know, audio man. No, that's not the name. It's something, it's a type of divination where you can like turn on music, turn on the radio and get messages. Happens with the radio a lot. I mean, as if anyone listens to the radio, but occasionally the car has the radio on and you get something like that. I really do think that we are sent messages that we need to hear when we need to hear them. And I think our subconscious picks up on them when we need to for a reason. Ooh. Okay. Katie, I love this one. You got the worldview card, worldview. And I love the imagery on this one. So there's the key, because your worldview is always going to be the key to your awareness and the key to your life, right? We've got the mushrooms here, and nothing really symbolizes changing your worldview like mushrooms. And then the eye, and then the spiral here. Man, this is tripping me out with the mirror. So worldview, everything that is true and possible for us and the way that we interpret the world around us is shaped by our worldview. So we have our unique field, and everything that we communicate goes through that field, and it accumulates whatever it accumulates before it lands on other people. But then everything we take in also does the same. Now, our worldview is always going to be our greatest expander and our greatest limiter. So it's really important. And if you guys have read my books, if you've read Witchcraft Therapy or Happy Witch, then you will know I am fully obsessed with worldview, because I think that if we are going to, like, from a psycho-spiritual perspective, I think that our worldview really is the key to our reality. Because the fact is, if you've ever kind of looked back in your past at a time where you felt more limited, before things opened up for you, before you had new information, before things shifted or changed for you, when you look back in hindsight, you can really see the worldview that you used to have and how you cannot possibly have the life you have now without that worldview having changed along the way. So we're going to look at the prescriptive guidance for this one, but I love that one, because every time, even when I do sessions with people, when I do one-to-ones with people, worldview is one of the very first things that we have to take a look at, because again, it's the filter through which everything else goes through. So this one says, wake up, friend. It's time for a reality check. So if you are seeing this card, it's time to take a critical look at the reality you're living in and whether or not it is supportive, right? And is it supportive for the things you are wanting? So your worldview is made up of your conceptions of your life, other people, and what is true and possible for you. So this is very influenced by our programming that we all get from, since we were born. We get a lot of cultural program. We get family programming. So consider this a loving vibe check, that whatever you are confronting at the moment is being filtered through the lens of your belief system. And this may be causing tunnel vision or altering your perception of what your options are. So take a keen look at your worldview when it comes to whatever situation is in front of you and ask yourself, is there some way the reality that I am living in right now is holding me back? So let me know if that resonates for you, Katie. I'm going to tell you what the ritual practice in this one is. Take some quiet time with yourself to explore the ideals of your current worldview and how they might be coloring your experience of your current situation. Use the following prompts to get you started. And I'll give you these prompts here. There's a few of them, so I'll just say a couple of them. Well, no, I'll just read them out. So hopefully, if you're here, maybe if you watch it on replay, you can jot them down because these are some good prompts. But what is your overall worldview? Would it be described as positive or negative? How is that influencing your perception of things? What are some things that factored into the development of this worldview? So for example, I used to have an absolute dog shit worldview. And when I realized that it was really shaped by people who I would never take advice from as I was growing up, I was like, oh, this is programming. This is stuff that I never consented to in the first place. And I don't actually believe logically. It's just operating and firing off in my subconscious there. So how is this worldview manifesting itself in your emotional experience with the situation at hand? If given the option to have a new worldview drop into your head tomorrow to help you navigate your circumstances better, what would you want it to be? That's a really important one. It can be really fun sometimes to play with the possibilities of what do I want? And yeah, make sure to revisit these questions and answers whenever you feel as if you're stuck. I feel like I needed to see that today. Just saying. I think that was for both of us, Katie. So it's been slowly changing, but yes, well, we all, you know what? We all have work to, it's funny because this healing stuff, this magic stuff, the psycho-spiritual stuff, all of this mindset, worldview, belief stuff, it's never one and done. Shadow work, all of it. It's an ongoing process of engaging in an intentional way with your life, right? So I like to view it as you're courting yourself. When you're starting to date someone, you're really excited to get to know them because they haven't, all their quirks haven't started fucking annoying you yet, right? So I kind of view all of this healing work like that. If we can view it as if we have the privilege to get to know ourselves better, it can be really fun to approach it that way instead of, we tend to kind of view ourselves as problems to be fixed when really there is no fix. There is no end goal. There is no whatever. There's no finish line, right? Well, I mean, I guess when we die, but okay. So moving back here, it looks like we have, Katie, Lori. If Lori is still here, I will pull a card for you, Lori, and then April. Thank you to everyone who's chatting in the chat here. That's super helpful. Thank you to everybody who has liked this video. It's very helpful for my little baby channel, you guys. I'm trying to grow this channel. I am a, lowly Instagram refugee here. So, okay, Lori. And make sure that if you are new here to subscribe and check out my stuff, guys. In 6 days, my Feral Self-Care Collective is starting in 6 days, you guys, which is 12 weeks of activities, tools, and practices, hosted by me and 6 guest speakers. It's truly amazing, truly wonderful. We're doing sessions on opening the Akashic records. We are doing sessions on psychic divination. We've got sessions on strength magic. I'm going to be hosting a rage ritual. We're going to do color energy healing. There is no other program like this available that you get this much at this price point. And I'm telling you, it's so incredible, but there's only 6 days left. So, I mean, go to my website, check out my testimonials, download my freebies. Come on, guys, let's all be friends now. Okay, so Lori, you also, that's so funny. I wonder, my deck is not shuffling. You also got the archetypes card. I don't know if you were here when we were talking about this one before, but you've got the same guidance. Were you here when we talked about this archetypes card before in the beginning of this? This is the second time this has come up today. So Friendly reminder to myself as well. So if there is any sort of situation you're dealing with right now, can you think of an archetype? Can you think of some sort of energy to call in where you may feel as if it is lacking with what you have available? Because the thing is, we can sometimes feel like we are not resourced enough, but I truly believe that through energetics, we can get a little further than we can get on our own. The archetypes that I prefer to work with, I mean, I'm always kind of in the trickster vibe, but the archetypes that I like to work with sometimes, right now I'm working with Phoenix. So I have that on my dresser because I'm feeling kind of, if you guys saw my most recent videos, I was feeling a little stressy, depressy. And so I started working with the Phoenix to be like, bitch, get up. Get up. So Lori, with watching what we had talked about with archetypes before, does this one resonate for you? Working with archetypes, can you think of an archetype? Can you think of a certain set of qualities that might be helpful for you right now with whatever you are dealing with? I love that we got one of these cards twice. That's so unusual. Okay, it does. Perfect. My card seriously resonated with me today. Thank you. You are so welcome. All of these have been resonating with me, which is like really, I mean, I guess that's what happens when you make a deck, is that it's going to be a reflection of the things that resonate with you. Okay, so now I'm going to pull one for April before I head off here. Just trying to whoop, 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 whoop. So again, if you guys haven't seen it, this is the Witchcraft Therapy Oracle Deck. It was written by a truly amazing Canadian author with great hair. No, I'm just kidding. I just can't not be a doofus on here. Okay, so now this, okay. So April, if April is still here, you got one of my very favorite cards. I mean, they're kind of all my favorite. I can't, whatever. That's what happens when you can create things you love. It's always going to be your favorite. You got the Watch Your Mouth card. Look at this one. Watch your mouth. Why am I saying I can't? Okay. So you've got this imagery here. Ooh, you've got the snake. Ooh, bottle of poison. And then, yeah. Ooh, watch your mouth. Now, this card is all about, oh my gosh. And again, this is one that I need to see. Oh, this card is all about being very careful what you're speaking into existence, being very careful about things like complaining, being very careful about the world that you're crafting with your words. Now, let's see. I'm going to find the little... So it says, unfuck your inner monologue. Despite the very human tendency to get stuck on shit talk, what the mystics and go-getters have in common is the deep understanding of the power of words, particularly the words we tell ourselves about who we are and what's possible for us, the running commentary we have inside our heads as we narrate the world and try and make sense of it. All of this forms a rich tapestry of what we believe to be true. What kind of narrative is your story? Is there any way you can craft the story to be more aligned with what you wish to be true about yourself and your circumstances? Let this card serve as a reminder of the power of your words. Make sure you choose them wisely, as they just might end up becoming the story of your life. Now, this, what the prompt that it's giving here, if that resonates with you, let me know in the chat. Oh yeah, that hits home for sure. I know, me too. I'm like, here I am attacking myself. It's like that meme where you're like, I watch me get advised by my own advice. Okay, take a moment with a journal and a mirror to practice speaking your reality. Reclaim your power over the inner critic's running commentary that you aren't doing or achieving. Oh my God, I needed this. Doing or achieving enough by crafting a new, more supportive story. Take some time when you're unlikely to be disturbed and sit across from your mirror. Take a few deep cleansing breaths and begin writing statements in your notebook of the things you desire to be true in active tense, right? So when we are talking about the things we want to be true, we're not like, I wish I was more this, or I would. No, we're like, I am. I got that shit inside me. It's bubbling, waiting to come out. Carla, me too. All of them are hitting home for me too. So I'm glad that I did this. And it was interesting trying this early and having people here. I love that. So yeah, for example of active tense, and I do have a video again further back, but I have a video on crafting affirmations that don't suck. If you're the type of person that's like, oh my God, affirmations are so annoying, congratulations, you're exactly like me. um, but that's why I specifically made a video about crafting affirmations that make it a little bit easier, because the problem with affirmations is we tend to go too far. So, so I teach confidence, and one of the things is like, people can't just look in the mirror and be like, I am confident, if they've never experienced confidence in their life. So you have to do like little incremental approaches. So if you're interested in affirmations, and you're like, affirmations kind of give you the full body dry heaves, go check that video out. So I am confident. I live a wildly creative life. I am surrounded by people who love and care for me, etc. Gaze at yourself in the mirror and recite these statements aloud. Keep these statements in your awareness and practice speaking them to yourself whenever you can. Now, mirror work is hard. It's hard, hard, hard. Some of you, I think I recognize some of you from my bath magic classes and my mirror classes. So I think that you will have the experience. Now, working with a mirror is very hard, but it can be really powerful. A lot of times what happens is people, when they go to the mirror, even for something simple like affirmations, if they do it intentionally, it often makes us cry. It often brings up all of the feelings. And I think it's not just because it's a physical mirror, because it's also an energetic mirror, if that makes sense. So I think that's really great guidance. And I hope that hit home for you. Honestly, that sounds hard, but might be helpful. Yes. Okay. So thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for letting me pull cards for you. If you're interested in my deck, the Witchcraft Therapy Oracle Deck, Witchcraft Therapy Oracle Deck, there's links down below. Again, you guys, the Feral Self-Care Collective next season starts in like 6 days. Okay. We're running out of time here. And once it's closed, it's closed. And we have 6 guest speakers. We have 12 weeks of incredible tools, practices, and experiences. Again, we are going to be doing a mythic, like power animal poetry practice. We're going to be doing a rage ritual. We're going to be doing color healing. I'm going to be doing like energy work, color healing, and teaching you guys how to do that in your own practice. We're going to be learning how to open the Akashic records from a guest speaker. We're going to be learning the intro to psychic divination. So using things like pendulums, tarot cards, and even like unusual things. I have a video with Hannah, the Suburban Witch, a few videos back, where she's talking about things like, using birds for divination and stuff like that. So yeah, that is starting in 6 days, you guys. It's crazy. 6 days. So that is starting soon. And again, it's 12 weeks of guided actionable practices, tools, and actionable stuff. So it's kind of like a summit. Have you guys been to like a witchy summit? It's kind of like that, but instead of it being packed into like 3 days, it's over the course of 3 months. So it's over 12 weeks, so that each week we meet literally 60 to 90 minutes. We do the things. That means for 3 months, you are practicing consistently. You are learning new shit to add to your practice, right? Not very much time commitment. If you cannot make the live times, like I've actually designed it so that people could just have a replay bank at the end of it, because I know that everyone's life is busy, and I know everyone's like, oh, it's summer and it's busy, but I'm telling you, every time is busy. And you could be 3 months from now and you could have not done it, and you could be still busy, still waiting for things to calm down, and you'll have 3 months experience of not being consistent. Or you can hop on in here, and then you'll be like, okay, things are still busy, things are still crazy, but I have like 12 new things that I've learned to do. We do truly amazing, incredible stuff. Also, my sessions are all on sale right now. My readings, you guys, I just also have 2 spots left for energy reading paintings, which is crazy because I just like started offering those. I think I just like said that I was going to do it like a week and a half ago, and then like all my spots kind of sold out except for 2. My husband had to go get me more canvases. It's like wild. It's so crazy. So I'm so grateful for that, because being able to do art, like I love doing energy readings, but trying to describe people's aura, trying to describe people's energy centers without actually being able to show them is that was a challenge for me. So getting to actually paint it and let you have something tangible to take away is like, It's making my heart happy. It really is. Except it's very hard to advertise because they all look dramatically different. Like some people's is like really wild and crazy and chaotic, and like there's a lot going on, and some of them are like moody and dark, and then some of them are a little lighter, and they're like, but I do a human design reading, I do your energy center checkups, I do your aura report, I do all of that stuff, and a painting. It's a new offering I have, and I'm like super obsessed with it, and I need to find a million ways to recreate it to make it accessible for everybody. But yes, join the collective. It starts in 6 days, you guys. So if you're thinking that you want to hop in, but like, oh, I'll try and like, you're running out of time. Also, get on my email list. There is the Feral Self-Care Toolkit down there. There's a guided meditation and 3 quickie actionable practices. And then again, if you want to get my deck, boop, here it is. Here it is, guys. So thank you so much for being here today. What do you guys think about the morning thing? This was my first time trying morning. I got up way early because I did not sleep last night. And me and my husband were talking yesterday, and I was like, I feel like I kind of want to do like Tuesday morning, maybe Tuesday morning, maybe Wednesday morning. I don't know, doing like these consistently because I want to go live more consistently so that people know, so that they can tune in. But let me know what you guys think about that. I kind of love that I came here on the morning and there was actually people here. So like maybe we can make a habit of this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. If you are watching this on replay, if you're watching this right now and you're not following my channel, come and follow my channel. Do you like crazy, witchy Canadian ladies? Do you like unhinged people? I'm just kidding. Okay. Have a great day, and thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. It helps my channel so much. And I love you guys. Have a truly phenomenal, fantastic day.